Welcome to the Big Zo podcast. I am he, and he is me, riding shotgun. Got my Cuzzo with me.
What's happening? It's your little cousin, Mr.
First person
Mix.
shooter.
We out here all day, every day.
All right.
We're going to get into it.
All right. So what we was talking about before we got the rolling, we're going to talk about, we're going to lead off with the backlash or whatever you want to call it that's surrounding Angel Reese's post-game interview after they lost to Iowa.
Right.
Shout out to both teams anyway.
Man, great game.
Yo, women's March Madness has been fire.
Phenomenal.
And
that was a crazy game. Caitlin Clark went off.
Yo,
41, 12, and 7 is ignorant.
Did you see the ratings?
Yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
That's saying something. That's
yes,
college women's basketball.
That's college women's
and
basketball.
It had the highest ratings over all of these professional sports.
Yeah. And the product was good. We had the stars.
Oh, it lived up to the hype.
When you think of college basketball, you don't think of no 90-something to 87. Like, it was like the second quarter and third quarter, and I was thinking the game was over, and I was like, oh, we got 2 more quarters of this? Like, it was an incredible game. Incredible game. But the yin and the yang. You can never have just something positive without the negativity and without the bullshit. And huge shout out to Angel Reese. I'm a huge fan of her as a person. LSU as a program, her team, and the way she plays the game.
On for this one.
And the way she plays the game and everything, I'm a huge fan of that. And in her post-game conference, post-game interview, she basically was just explaining like what she's been going throughout the year.
She had a moment.
Yeah, and it was a real moment.
Yeah.
It's a real moment because everything that she said, you can see it. Like, she didn't say anything that was crazy. Like, it was just an article out in UCLA, out in LA, I want to say, that was painting them as the villains. And one of the teammates had to speak on that. One of the white teammates had to speak on her black teammates' behalf because they've been getting all of this backlash. One is competitive sports. There's going to be emotion. You're supposed to be fired up. You're going to talk shit. You're going to say things. If we don't get upset when men do it, why do we get upset when women do it?
Exactly.
What's the difference? Like, I don't see the difference when men get fired up, when men are like, get demonstrative and push things, and Steph Curry walks off the court and he kicks a chair. We don't get up in arms about that. So why and again, the performance was there. They won the national championship.
Absolutely.
So we're not talking about someone who's doing it and not getting results. She won the national championship, which is what she was there to do. And you have reporters, you have media types, which is why sports television right now just pisses me off.
Pause real quick. I'm going to have to do a quick little edit, bro.
Sports television news, whatever they want to call it, just pisses me off because it become this hot take machine. I gotta say the controversial shit so I can get y'all to pay attention and watch, instead of saying the real shit, or instead of saying the things that we all know to be true.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we all know it to be true, that she is receiving more criticism because she's a woman, and add black woman on there, and then add that she is from Baltimore. You add all those things together, and they are painting the picture that she is angry black woman. She is ignorant. She is the villain. She is the bad girl because she's the big bad wolf, when all she is a competitive basketball player, which she's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And people if you hear someone expressing that they are getting death threats, that is not the time for you to go into your bag of, well, she need to just take it.
Yeah,
no.
Chin up.
Yeah.
Walking off.
Nobody is supposed to get a death threat for playing a game.
Yeah.
Nobody is supposed to get their face put on a porno like video. Like, nobody's supposed to get the shit that she's getting, bruh.
And
like, it's not making sense.
And she didn't, all right, if you're going to do a little trash talking to her, all right, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because trash talking is a part of the game.
Yeah.
But what happens is we go overboard.
Always take it too far.
You see it with the fans in the stands, man. They the stuff that come out of their mouth, man, be out of line. When they know if security, if we wasn't in these public walls, if I wasn't a celebrity, you would watch your mouth.
Yeah.
Because of the consequences that come with what you're saying to me.
And if that athlete, because they had Russell Westbrook, who plays for my Clip, I'm a Clippers fan. Russell Westbrook, a couple days ago, had a fan removed because he kept saying Westbrook. Westbrook went over to the fan and said, "Look, that's my family name. Could you please stop saying that about my family name?" And the guy is like, "Well, I paid for a ticket, da da da." And then you go through the comments, and people are like, "Quit being soft. He could call you this. He could." We dehumanize athletes.
Yeah.
And then we get mad because they say, like, if someone sets a boundary, fucking abide by the boundary. That's what respect is. Hey, please don't touch my face, man. I don't like when people touch my face. You don't have to agree with it. Just don't do it. Because maybe it's me in the way I was raised and grew up.
You don't
things
know.
That, like,
you don't know.
You don't know. And two, we will never have a problem if you respect what I'm telling. Like, there's no problem. I set a boundary. You respected that boundary. We can move on. But when it comes to our athletes, and then you add the other tropes onto it, when you add gender, when you add race, when you add status, you add those things to it, then we go back to the stereotypes that we always go to. Oh, sassy black woman. Oh, she has an attitude. She's mad. She's this. Man, at the end of the day, she's no more than a early 20s young lady.
She's 21.
Bro, what are we
22
doing?
next month.
What are we doing?
I don't like that. Like you said, we try to dehumanize.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact, she's allowed to have a moment about something that she is passionate about.
Absolutely.
She loves basketball. She's passionate. She's the leader of that team.
Yes, she is.
She feel like she let the team down, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you can't sit here and try to belittle her and tell her, walk it off because she get a little spicy on the court. That's part of the game.
Yeah.
It's like you said, the men do it too. And we
the
applaud them. We
the
like it. We like it.
All the time.
So I just don't like, man, where now it's like we're not allowed to have a moment. All right, she's emotional. The trash talking is fine, but like you said, they crossed the line, dog. She didn't ask for the death threats. Over sexualizing her with the little AI photos of her being naked or half naked, or this ain't the time. Like you said, this ain't the time to come in on your, buck up.
Yeah,
cause
trying to make a name off of her,
bro,
which is lame on your part.
It's corny,
and mad corny on your part, because at that time you could have showed some humanity and fucking just said, look. What was done and what was said to her was inhumane and shouldn't have been done and said. And it's like sometimes we forget that when it comes to some of these conversations that we're having and when we're discussing celebrities or we're discussing athletes, every time I look at that, I only look for the human parts of it. Like, what's human about that? You know what I'm saying? It's a big story. I don't know if we want to touch it with the Diddy stuff that's going on. Everybody not wanting people coming to Diddy's aid and saying, like, they're trying to bring down the black man. And I'm like, in this case, he victimized people. What about them? What about the people he victimized? Do we not come to their aid? Are they not allowed to have their stories heard and believed? Like, in that entire situation, we're just making memes and we laughing and we joking. But nobody's thinking about, like, nobody thought about R. Kelly's victims. We just thought about R. Kelly. Well, do we stop playing the music? Do we keep playing the music? Nobody thought about Cosby's victims. We just thought about Cosby. Well, he gave all this money to HBCUs and he created the Cosby Show. He created a different world. Two things can exist at the same time. You can be absolutely a great and impactful artist, and you can be a horrible fucking human being.
Yeah, you see it all the time where... to the public eye, we hold certain people in high regard, you know, and their personal lives they monsters, B.
Yeah, just that monsters of what we know.
Yeah.
Again, it's all alleged, and until you go to a court of law and get proven guilty or innocent, cool. But there is a such thing called the court of public opinion.
Yeah.
We get certain facts.
Yo, and I believe where there's smoke, there's fire, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, it may not
Especially
be 100%.
a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
Like a lot of smoke.
Yeah.
Like we 80s and 90s babies. We saw some shit. We saw shit to where we was like, and then we kept seeing it, and we kept seeing in every case that you can name. And then we try to do the comparison, which I understand as a black man. I get the comparison, but it still doesn't make what the person did right.
Mm-hmm.
Like Harvey Weinstein deserved to go to jail just as much as Bill Cosby did if they both did it. If they're both guilty of what they did, I don't want to see either one of them get off. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is I don't give a fuck if you're purple.
Yeah,
you do not get to abuse people in my life as far as my moral code goes. Because when you abuse someone, that means that you had power and you had the ability to be kind, to be gracious, to not take advantage of someone, and you chose to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But not to get too far off the rails, but I'm just sick of the people who criticize this young lady when she's done something probably in her life and in her field that you'll never do. She was the best. She was the best at what she did.
I just hate the scrutiny and the extra microscopic views that comes when it comes to black women, man.
Yeah.
Like, this young lady is 21 years old, bro.
21.
And what you're asking a 21-year-old to do
And endure
is damn near impossible, bro.
Yeah.
Like, women are naturally emotional. So you put them emotions in a 21-year-old who is passionate about the sport that she plays.
As she should be.
And you lose. It ain't like they were some bums.
No.
It ain't like they accustomed to losing.
No.
They was the national champions last year.
Absolutely.
And they had a good season this year. She had some obstacles that she had to deal with on and off the court, whatever. But she persevered and she got through that.
Yeah.
And still was able to carry her team to the Sweet 16?
Elite Eight.
Elite Eight. Mm-hmm. And still get her squad to the Elite Eight. They just ran up across a better player. The best player in the country.
Best player in the country.
On both sides.
Yeah.
And I will argue that. So you ask, like you said, what you asking her to endure is crazy.
It's crazy.
The spotlight that they be under, man. When it comes, just look at it from when Serena was in her prime, what she had to deal with.
Man.
Naomi Osaka, I hope I'm not messing up her name.
No, that is absolutely correct.
What she had to endure. What Simone Biles had to endure. Sha'Carri.
Yeah, Sha'Carri Richardson.
Sha'Carri Richardson.
We do the same thing.
Yo,
over and over.
Fam,
and over and over and over. And then when they snap back or they say something or they like address the criticism that they like, all of them not crazy. All of like everybody, all of those black women are crazy. Like all of them are being over emotional. All of them. No, we're wrong.
Yeah.
The media's wrong. You're wrong. And then you throw the gasoline of social media on this shit to where now you got Joe Bubble Basement talking about some shit that he can't do or has never done and saying some crazy shit. And you got to see that shit down your timeline. It's not healthy.
See, they hate when we don't act accordingly.
Yeah, for sure.
So we don't fit the suit and tie good old boy way of doing things now. We talk shit.
Yeah.
We celebrate.
Yeah.
We're
demonstrative.
There we go.
Yeah, we're
all of that.
demonstrative.
So
We're
they hate that.
emotional.
That's why a lot of people hated Floyd.
Yeah.
Because Floyd can talk and back it up. Going back to Muhammad Ali. They hated Muhammad Ali so they could back it up.
Yeah.
But they could back it up.
Yeah.
It's people who go to these games to see them lose.
Yes.
It's people who spend their hard-earned money hoping that they could say, I was there when he got knocked out. I was there when she lost. I was there when whatever.
And if we're going to keep it a bean, because it's the elephant in the room, it never fails even when it's not the person's fault, they always create the white counterpart. Ricky Hatton was going to beat Floyd Mayweather. Ricky Hatton, Conor McGregor never boxed. He was going to beat Floyd Mayweather. They create the great white hype. They create this even when that person is unaware of what they're doing. They always create the counterpart for the good and evil.
Yo, don't think white America didn't wake up feeling refreshed after an hour and UConn won, yo.
And was like,
it was a great day. And
you feel me? Oh, when Juju lost and because when we put people on a pedestal and we celebrate them, seems to be an issue. And then when such and such wins, and again, I think a lot of that is just in the psyche of America because of what America was created based upon and bred on, which was racism and white supremacy. Like, it was based and bred on that. So yeah, some of that is going on. But if we're not going to call it out when it's obvious, like it's obvious, or in our case, why do we participate in the shit? Mm-hmm. You didn't have to say what you said about that young lady. It was unnecessary. It's uncalled for. And it wasn't the time.
But it's all about being first.
Yeah, it's all about being first.
The first one to get it. So when it's something hot off the press, I got to be first to talk about it. I got to be first to post about it. Yo, to me, it ain't about, this is a rap line. I forget who said it. It ain't about who was first. It's about who did it best.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do it the minute something happens, yo. Take your time. Let it cook a little bit. You just never know. But I just think that's trash.
Or look at the fucking human and say, what will this do to this I know I have a take that I need to say. What will this do to this human being across? What will that do to their mental health? What will this do to their psyche? What are they already dealing with? And if you're an athlete yourself and you've played the game, shame on you because you know the pressures of it.
Get emotional. Steph Curry just cried when Draymond got kicked out the game the other day. Nobody said anything. And nobody tell him toughen up and be a stronger man and get Draymond together. They was like, we understand because he frustrated because he we made excuses for him.
Yeah.
So this young lady just lost.
Yeah.
Just lost.
Yeah.
And well,
end of the season,
she just came out.
End of her collegiate career.
I was just about to say that she just declared for the WNBA draft. Yeah. So this was her last game. So yeah, there's going to be some emotion and some tears behind it, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I hope he getting what he hoped to get from it.
Yeah. Because we said it once. I'll say it again. And shout out to Black women. You don't want to be the one that they're all mad at. Because they not going to tell it what the fuck they say to you.
You could think it's cute.
You could think it's cute. You could think it's all right. You could think you're being, I was just saying. Okay. Now, 50,000 comments coming at your ass. Because you decided to get cute and say something. And I love Black women for that. For having each other's backs like that. Need more like it. When you come for them, they come for you. And they should. That's how we're supposed to be.
Oh, and they do it in the most pettiest way. You can get me. I try to read every comment that I possibly can.
The draggings they provide are just chef's kiss.
Yeah. Their language, the way Black women talk, speak, slang, lingo, whatever terminology, I love it. And I use some of it.
I say it all the time. Don't nobody get you to... I love when a Black woman can get you together. Because that's what I call it. Just getting you together.
I just love the little phrases.
I got to get you together. They say sometimes it's a read, sometimes it's... I got to get you together. You forgot. Let me go ahead and let me get you back in line. You forgot. Let me get you back in line.
You know what
First
I like
of all...
You know what I like saying that they say?
What?
And then you fill in whatever the word is or and did. Like, that's my shit.
That's your shit.
I abuse it. My son he got a habit of pouring like some soda in a cup, right? Mm-hmm. He'd take a couple sips and put it in the refrigerator and leave it. It get flat or whatever. He never come back to it.
Okay.
So this particular day, I poured it out and threw the cup away. He come home, get in the refrigerator, look for his little drink, and ain't in there. He was like, Dad, you what my soda that I had in here? You threw my soda away? I was like, and did.
And did.
I was like, because you don't drink it. I had the head rocking and everything. And yo, I used it
And
to perfection. I
did.
was proud of me.
Yeah,
I love the terminology and lingo.
you got
But
to. Because everybody steal it.
but yo,
Yeah,
we got to
yeah, everybody
we
steal it.
got we got to do better with the we got to relax, dog. It wasn't the time. The timing was just all off with his
Time
little
to,
bogus ass
yeah,
comments.
time was off with dudes and others that took that opportunity to say I'm going to critique this young lady
For sure.
who's extraordinary and you probably ain't ever been in anything that you've ever done, which is always pisses me off that people who do nothing criticize those who can do everything.
It be niggas built like me talking about what they should have done or what they would have done. You wouldn't have done. You can't play 40 minutes of basketball.
Yeah.
Get out of here. You
Yeah.
could probably
Your
can't do
trash.
half court.
Can't go up steps and you
So
breathe real
yeah.
hard and put your hands on your fucking legs. And,
All right, so we're gonna move on, dog. So I saw something. He was asking women. I'm assuming he was asking women. What makes a man sassy? What is it that a man does that makes a man sassy? And the post was kind of early, so it wasn't too many comments or whatever.
okay.
But I thought I just read that and I just had to think about what is it? What is it that makes women go, he's sassy, or will make a man be sassy? And I was trying to look at it from different angles, man.
Okay.
But so I'm a play the game. So here's what I think what makes men have sassy behavior.
Go ahead.
I think a lot of these dudes out here are jealous of women and don't say it and are afraid to say it. And when I say jealous, I mean jealous of the things that they can do, the things that they can accomplish, and the things that they can get away with just off the strength of them being women.
I'll agree.
Um,
I'm gonna take it a step deeper. Keep going.
especially if it's like attractive women. I think men get jealous of that because things tend to come easy. Let's just say women out here getting the bag and it's not in the 9 to 5 way. Dudes hate on them because they're using their
body
to get to the bag. I respect it. I respect the hustle. But you see these cats and they don't know how to convey it. So them usually be the ones who like talk down on women or try to shame them for their profession or whatever it is that they do. And it's because I think low key you mad because for one, you probably can't afford her. And for two, you can't do that. You have to work. You have to do certain things for your money. And get the money however you get it. To me, as long as you ain't hurt nobody, stepping on no toes, whatever. But I think a lot of these guys, man, are low-key jealous of these women. I had another thought, but my short-term memory ain't worth a damn. So
all right,
go ahead and
let me
hopefully
take it a
come
step
back to
deeper.
me.
So it's a couple things happening with the whole male versus female dynamic in general. To your point, taking it a step deeper, men, because you use that term and I don't want to use it loosely. Males is what you're describing. Men don't compare themselves to women. We have two different jobs, two different levels of responsibility, two different things that we are trying to do and trying to accomplish. I have to protect, provide, and lead. It's my job. My job is to protect, provide, and lead at a base level. No, I'm not looking at my child and saying, I wish I can go play. I wish I can go outside and go to recess. Like, the fuck do you look like, sir? You're a man. This is what comes with being a man. It's what comes with being a man. So you have boys and males that aren't men that are looking at women like they are the same. I'm not talking equality. I'm talking the same. I'm like you, so I should get what you get because that's fair. That's not fair. It's not. I have a different responsibility in this thing than you do. So I need to do my job. You need to do your job. Now, if said woman is not doing her job, different conversation. So that's first. Those men look at those women and go, why can't I do what such and such is doing? It ain't fair. Two, and this is harsh but true, it's a lot of sucker ass niggas that grew up and were rejected and weren't around women and weren't fly and weren't cool and didn't have their fathers. Didn't have men around them to raise them to be cool or to have confidence. So they didn't do the boy to man shit. They didn't get that rearing and that game and that guidance growing up. So now you have the term of, excuse my French, bitch ass niggas running around, and it's a bunch of them. And what I call a bitch ass
It's a
nigga
plethora.
is just that a man with bitch tendencies, complaining, griping, moaning. Why I gotta take out the trash? Why I gotta pay the rent? Why I gotta? Because you a fucking grown ass man.
What you gonna do for me?
Yeah, because you're a fucking grown ass man, and that's what the fuck you here to do. Like, why do I gotta? I shouldn't have to. She ain't gotta.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you sound like, bruh?
Yeah.
If you're a man, you know these are your responsibilities.
Yeah.
Now, yes, is it difficult? Is it hard? Fuck yeah. So I get with other men and I talk to other men about those challenges. But I'm for damn sure ain't gonna go to a woman and complain to her like she's done something wrong and playing her fucking role. You just being a hoe right now because you weren't trained to be. You didn't get those lessons on how to be a man and what a man is and what they're supposed to do. So that aspect of it is there too. And then the third and really important one, you have motherfuckers on this here internet that will embolden and agree with your bullshit. They will agree with your bullshit. And you find them and you listen to them and you don't even evaluate their lives and the shit that they have going on. Sir, are you married? No. Sir, do you have a girl? No.
No.
Sir, are you doing the things you want to do from a career standpoint? No. Sir, was your father in your life? What values did your father instill in you? What philosophies, what principles, morals did he give to you? None.
You know,
Then why the fuck are you out here just blind leading the blind, just talking to other bitch ass niggas, and y'all having a bitch ass nigga revival, and then you coming out here and then you just talking to the rest of us, and real men are looking at you like, dude, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like,
that's the hypocrisy of it. They be like, how a woman gonna tell a man what a man posed to blah blah, and they ain't even have a real man in their life. You didn't either, sir.
So both of y'all need to get some healing. Both of y'all need to get some fucking guidance. Because the truth of the matter is, men need women and women need men. It's really that fucking simple.
1000%.
The rest of this shit is just is conjecture and semantics.
Trivial bull.
And it's here to divide and conquer. Men need women. Women need men. Because together creates family. Family is the most powerful thing in the world. Because when people come together, units, teams win championships, not individuals. If you don't have a fucking team, you're not winning. You're achieving.
When was the Power Rangers at their strongest?
Man, when all five, what was Voltron when they fucking came? When was Voltron when they fucking came together? The Thundercats,
Captain Planet. Here we come together.
It was the same thing. Fucking Care Bears.
When you come together,
When you come
stronger,
together, we get stronger.
It's strengthened up.
And all of this shit is to keep us from not coming together. So what I always try to inject into the conversation is sometimes I do need to be the adult.
The Smurfs couldn't beat Gargamel 1-on-1. They had to come
Nor
together.
were they supposed to. You gotta fucking come together. But again, the bitch ass nigga revival was happening.
Yeah.
And they out here telling you don't need no woman. No, you don't need no woman. Don't put me in your bullshit. And ladies, don't let your bitter friend tell you that bullshit. Yes, you do.
I don't want
Sweetie, yes, you do.
I don't want to know what life is without one.
Yeah, yes, you do. We need each other. Because together we are powerful. And when we do get away from the fuck shit and the bullshit and the envy, because that's all that is, which is another weak emotion.
That's what I'm saying, dog.
The fuck am I envious or jealous of the next man? That ain't even a man law or rule.
I'm glad you said that, Cuzzo, because that's my point. That's what makes you sassy, the jealous and envious behavior of women.
There it is.
Yo,
anytime you say, why can't I? And it is a woman quality, sir, you're sassy.
Women are supposed to have it a little easier than we are. They women, dog. I don't want my woman plunging the toilets. I don't want her going to get oil changes and breaks.
Carrying the groceries.
I don't want her carrying the groceries. I don't want her cutting grass.
Fixing the car, out in the garage.
Nah.
Now, if you so choose, and that's what you want to do what you do. Do what you do.
That's a whole nother. That's fine.
But
what I'm saying is,
to your very point, you right.
Yo, they shouldn't have to do that. Optional.
But
they shouldn't have to do that, dog. Get pretty.
But something in you should see that and think it's not right. If you had that type of character, something in me says something when I see a woman pumping her gas and a man sitting in the pack. Something in me just is like, what the fuck are you doing? Something in me when a group of women are walking up, I feel like I should open the door. Just fucking happens. Something in me that says I should send you flowers. Something in me that says that I should compliment you when you look good. It's just something in me that does that as a man. And the fact that you have men that don't have that thing in them, yes, sir, you're sassy. And sit your sassy ass down while real men are trying to have a fucking conversation.
It's dudes out here who really take pride and get enjoyment out of seeing women struggle or down bad. Yeah. Dog. Like, why?
Because that comes from, she rejected me, I'll show her.
Yeah.
She rejected me, I'll show her.
Yeah.
She made $1 million from OnlyFans, motherfucker.
But see,
that bitch ain't shit.
But see her.
Wow, but you subscribe, sir.
But see her
you subscribe. You're a subscriber.
See, here's the thing. They get jealous of these women, right? Women are, I don't know why I'm having trouble with my thoughts today, bro. But they get jealous with these women and want to see these women do all this stuff, and they get mad because they can't do all of this. The problem is, a lot of these cats, like you said, this to your point, they can't pull women. They couldn't, whether it be they out of their league, you can't afford them. And see, what the internet is doing is scrambling their brains, their vision, their views. Bro, you're looking at women on the internet who, this is their profession, this is what they do. Pay attention to the women that are in your world. Pay attention to the women that are in your reality. Man, the internet is not your reality, dog.
You drove and parked that thing. So I was just about to say.
Pay attention to the women in your reality, because the women that are in my reality that I deal with or that I have to see and hear on a regular, these women don't mind working. These women don't mind eating at Applebee's. These women don't mind just going bowling or something. Ooh. They don't mind,
pick me. And they don't mind a man that may not have it financially, but can build a shed, can build a house.
They don't mind paying for a date or something. So, dog, pay attention to the women in your reality, not what you're seeing on the internet, dog.
Because that ain't real.
It ain't.
They selling a fantasy. It's not even, they're selling a fantasy. And the crazy thing about them selling the fantasy, where we are in the world, we're in the state of Missouri. I read a stat the other day that just put everything in perspective for me. 1 in 7 of residents in Missouri live under the poverty line.
I just told my homeboy that.
1 in fucking 7.
I just told my homeboy.
So it's a lot of goddamn lying going on.
I thought it was 2 out of 7.
But either or.
Yeah.
That means it's not a lot of people getting, don't believe that everybody's making 6 figures. They're not. Don't believe that everybody's out here that is millionaire this and million. No, they're out here struggling too, guys and gals. They're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can have 40, 50K and she can have 40, 50K and you can put that 40, 50K together, then you at 80 to 90 and you can have you a nice little life. That's what it's about. But if your 40, 50K ass is going after someone who makes 200K and then that's all you're looking for and you keep missing the mark on them and now your ass is 49 because I had to get a man that made X, Y, Z, but you don't make that, sweetie, and he didn't want you. And then the vice versa of that is, as a man, you looking at, she had to make this, but she ain't looking at you, sir. And now y'all done missed the fucking mark. And now y'all just struggling along instead of coming together and actually building fucking something. Because that's the goal. The goal is to come together, like you said. Some assembly required.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna come together and magically that's what happens. No, you're gonna have to come together, get a budget, figure some shit out, stack some money, hopefully invest. If you do have a family, raise that family with some principles, morals, and values on money and things that they need to be raised on. and have you a good motherfucking life, because I've seen it time and time again. Those are the people that's enjoying life.
Absolutely.
So to the sassy man, sir, find, if you don't know how to be one, you need to go see one. Find a man, get you a mentor, get you someone that you can look up to that's gonna teach you those values and principles on what manhood is about, because it's about this. It's about how you think.
And they see,
It's about how you think.
and see, part of the problem is they see the women on the internet, the ones who may be a bit superficial, materialistic, or whatever. They hate on them because, for one, they're out of your league, or appears to be out of your league.
Two, they ain't looking for you no way.
And so what it is, you spend your time hating at the fictional to where that shit spills over into reality, and now you hating on the women that are in your reality.
Yeah.
And you've become unbearable, and none of them women wants to deal with you.
Yeah.
You become annoying. You become a nuisance. You think that shit cute, trying to agitate.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's sassy.
That's sassy as shit, sir. And we don't approve that message.
That is sassy.
That's sassy as shit. And it doesn't serve you. It doesn't, like, it just doesn't. It doesn't serve you to be a sassy man, because there's nothing cool or cute about your ass being grown and on your lady's couch and having to borrow her car and having to wait for her to get home before you eat.
Jody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
I know.
The women that raised them, you gotta take some responsibility too, sweetheart, because you spoiled your son because you thought that was the right thing to do, and then you created the very monster that you hate.
Yeah.
Because that's what we do in this society too. We usually create the things that we create our villains. We create the things that we hate. So you created this little monster that thought that a woman was supposed to take care of him because you took care of him his whole life. Let that man get out there and fail a little bit. Let him test the water.
Little adversity ain't
let him fall a little bit.
Never hurt nobody.
Yeah, let him figure out where his next meal coming from.
Hey, you know,
Bill's character.
Switch it up a little bit. Do you think women have gotten to the point where they expect to be disappointed by men?
A lot, yeah. A lot. And I can only deal with my environment and surroundings. I don't mean in the world, because I've traveled a little bit, but a lot of women have put the expectation to be disappointed by men to the point to where it's in their language. It's in how, and to the very thing that you just said, now they're mad and bitter. So when they do get good guy or great guy or gentleman in their life, they don't even believe it. You're too good to be true.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, that creeps into their head. And I'm not gonna assign blame either way, because I feel like both sexes are contributing to this a lot. But what you have to change, and this is just like something profound that I've learned recently. Let's say you buy a new Escalade, black Escalade, right? You black out the entire thing. You get it tinted. You put rims on it, and you're driving around. When you're driving around, you notice more black Escalades.
Oh, for sure.
You notice, your mind now is trained to notice what you have. This is the same for women, men, and relationships. You start to notice.
You said something.
What you have.
You said something.
Instead of changing your mind to what you want.
You said
focus on what you want instead of focus on what you have, because you keep finding the same dude and you keep dating them. You keep dating the same nigga. So you're a self-fulfilling prophecy. Yes, he ain't shit. The last one wasn't shit. The two before that wasn't shit.
You feel like it. You feel it. He ain't shit.
He ain't shit.
I know he ain't shit. But let's just see where this goes.
Right. But I like this quality, that quality, that quality. What am I doing wrong? And then instead of internalizing and saying, what can I do to look at it differently? You just say, the world needs to change. No, ma'am. Has to be you, your mentality, and how you look at it.
Yeah.
And then never will I leave this conversation without personal responsibility and responsibility on the fellas. I will preach manhood till the day that I die, because I know what it means to be a man, and I was raised by dope, incredible ass men. And when you get a dope, incredible ass man around you, then women tend to act more like women. It becomes real natural for them when you have someone. People to this, my father died maybe over a decade ago. People still talk to me about my father.
Absolutely.
People still talk to me about, he taught me how, he taught me how to barbecue, taught me how to change the tire. Anytime I was around, I felt safe around him. Anytime we was doing this, he made sure this was done. He made sure that was done. How many men do we have that have those characteristics and qualities and even look to have that?
Yo.
Like we have to get back to that from a man's side. So we always got to do our part to ensure that they're doing their part. Yes, ladies have gotten to a point to where they like some are just tired. Yeah. Like even when you encourage them, they like, oh, man, fuck these niggas. Like, and I'm like, sweetie, I get it.
Like you said, you hear it in the language, man. A homegirl of mine, she just be like, yo, even if it's a dude that she thinks is like very attractive, she was like, I just be like, I know he ain't shit, but let's just see what this goes. And it's like you said, to have some personal, onus to it. We've done a lot of psychological damage to women out here, dog. Yeah. Where it's to the point where they're becoming hopeless. Is that right? Hopeless. Where you can't even. It's to the point where they can't even enjoy the moment because they looking for the "I told you so" moment. Like I knew it.
I knew he wasn't.
I knew it. And this man been good for 5 months, and he just did a little whatever. And it's like I knew it. But like you said, that's the mentality. Yeah. And like you said, also a lot of the damage is because of us, and some of it is because they haven't dealt with what they need to deal with to heal and get past those situations.
And this here internet again with them unrealistic expectations.
For sure.
Unrealistic expectations. I give you something else that I saw that fucking opened my eyes and blew my mind. So they were breaking down the dating pool of over 6 foot, over 6 figures, single, and they didn't even add attractiveness to it. So they were like asking women, what percentage of the population do you think is over 6 foot tall? And they were like 30, 40, 50, 16%. Now, add another variable.
16% of men are over 6 feet?
16% of men are over 6 foot. 16%. Now you got to add another variable to it. Single. Then you add another variable to it. After they added all the variables to it, it was like women that are looking for these traits are looking for 0.02% of men. Mm-hmm. So, I say, as the best advice that I can give, unsolicited of course, but the best advice that I can give to anyone is character over traits. Look for character. Fuck the traits. Character. Integrity. Confidence. Kindness. Look for character. What is the character of that man? What is his personal philosophy? How does he live his life? What are the things that he does for his family that he will do for you?
That's kind of my next topic, bro.
Yeah. Like, what is that? Yeah. Stop with he got to be 6 foot. He can have a goal, but I prefer him to have 2. Like, fuck all that shit. It doesn't work because that shit fluctuates. The money he makes will fluctuate. His health and wellness will fluctuate. The shit I'm talking about is intrinsic. Like, it's internal. It's some shit that you just have. It's what's in you, not what's on you. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. All right. So, this kind of goes along with what you just said. So, I guess in the beginning stages of dating, when you're getting to know someone, should there be conversation? Should there be boundaries when it comes to conversation with getting to know this other person? Should there be certain boundaries for us, like things you shouldn't ask or inquire about? What are some good questions that you think people should ask when it comes, like when in the beginning stages of dating? I wouldn't say first date, but just in the beginning stages of dating when you're getting to know someone.
If they have kids, what's your relationship with What's your relationship with your children?
Got
It's
that written
specifically
down.
a man. What's your relationship with your daughter like? Ask him about his daughter and see how he reacts and if he lights up. If he lights up talking about his
Now,
daughter,
just daughter or kids in general?
daughter specifically, because you are trying to see how he thinks about women.
Okay.
So you're asking about a woman that you know should be important to him.
Now, what if you don't have girls?
Mother,
Okay.
sister, niece. How you speak about the opposite sex always shows on your expression and how you
Time will tell.
when you like someone and you, hey man, tell me about Lonnie. Oh, that's my you immediately go into it.
Yeah.
It's my dog. It's a smile that comes on your face. It's an emotion that's attached with that.
Okay.
That's a easy trick. If you don't want to ask the obvious, what do you bring to the table? What is your
I'm talking about real questions.
real
Specific
questions?
joints.
What is your life philosophy? What do you believe? What do you believe? Do you believe in kindness? Do you believe in respect? Do you believe in what are the things? One of the things that I learned in the military that I've always applied was we had a general goal and consensus of how we did business. I was in the Air Force. 3 things that I'll never forget: service before self, excellence in all we do, and integrity first. Why? Because those were our pillars. If you're a human being, a grown ass human being, you should have pillars. You should have shit that you stand on.
Yeah.
That's the questions that you need to get into. What do you stand on? What do you stand for? Give me a time when are great questions. Great questions. Give me not an interview question, but just give me a time when. Give me a time when you felt upset, and then see how they describe it. Like those are we don't get into none of the deep shit. What's your favorite color? Who gives a shit?
Favorite TV show?
Yeah, what's your favorite TV show? Those things can tell you things. What type of when you're upset, how do you react? What are some of your coping mechanisms?
How do you handle conflict?
How do you handle conflict? Have you ever been to therapy? If so, has it helped you? Who are the people in your life that could you tell me the top 3 or 4 people that are the most important people in your life? These are things that tell a great deal about a person's character and personality.
Yo, you said, I think that's a great question for a woman to ask a man when you said for us, the children. Like, if you, like, how's your relationship with your kids?
How's your relationship
Because
with
for the most part, the kids are usually with the mother. Now, we know we're not stupid. We're not ignorant. We know there are single fathers out here who have their kids. But for where we are, a lot of the kids are with their mom.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very good question to ask a man. Like, yo, what's your relationship with your kids?
And
if you don't believe them, if the answer or the response sounds a little suspect, get on that. Yo, women are FBI agents. Get on that social media.
Yeah.
If a dude is passionate about their kids or have kids and love the kids or in their kids' lives 24/7, they're not just they're not a deadbeat.
Yeah.
There's going to be some pictures or something with those kids. If a dude got kids and there's not a child in sight on his social media page, that is saying something.
It is.
That is very telling.
It is. But ask the question because some will tell you, because I know gentlemen that say it and I agree 1000%. I will never put my child on social media. Because I am protect, and then they'll go into, that's why I said gauge the reaction. Because certain things we ain't good actors.
Yeah.
That's the lie. Like, we're not good actors. We're good liars.
But
we're
even with my man having that viewpoint, which I don't knock that. I ain't mad at that at all. But I'm sure he can go in his phone and be like, this is Junior. This is baby girl. This is us.
Or again, the very smile.
Yeah.
The smile that I can't take off my face when someone says, hey, tell me about your niece. My favorite person. I love that answer.
Yeah.
When I am asking about someone's kids and they say, man, I love that human being. I love how they are as a human.
Yeah.
When I hear people describe their kids, it fills me with such joy because that is something that you can't hide. Or if you even want to get a little deeper, their relationship with their father, their relationship with their mother or grandparent. There is somebody who loved you and cared for you and gave a fuck enough about you to make sure that you stayed here. How do you feel about those people and what will you do for those people? And then also stay away from the person that just wants to talk about other people and bullshit. If y'all are not talking about actual ideas, if y'all are not talking about actual philosophy, if y'all are not talking about actually how you are as people, but y'all are wasting time. Y'all are bullshit. And a lot of these situationships and relationships are based on such surface level shit that when you do get into the real shit, I never knew. Why didn't you know? Why didn't you know? Because you didn't ask the question. You didn't give a fuck.
You should be looking
She
at that
was fine.
ass.
Yeah, she was fine. I went. He was cute. I went. But fuck, if he has money, is he generous, sweetie? Is he generous?
Because this dudes with bread,
That won't give you shit. And don't even feel like they should give you shit.
It's my money.
It's my money. You better go get your own.
Or what you gonna do for it?
He's a liar. Did you ask if he hasn't? Is there certain things that he won't do no matter what dollar amount is attached to it? That is telling.
Or
That is telling. Because a real man will tell you, bro, I don't give a fuck how much money I will never do X. I will never do Y.
you know what I think is a good question? Like, what is something that you personally work on internally
Great.
that you want to improve on?
Yeah.
Like, what is something that you work on?
Yeah.
Like I told you, with me, it's my selfishness.
Right.
So, when situations arise and that may be compromised, that is something that I'm very conscious about. But a lot of times, man, we don't have those conversations, man, where you get into depth, yo. Like,
who do you
to
admire?
me, I don't have boundary. Like, when it comes to conversation, I don't really care for boundaries because I love discussing any and everything.
I get that, but some people are disrespectful, bro.
Well, when I say boundaries, I mean for us, like, there's like no topic that's off limits. Now, of course, you have to. Everything is with tone and the way you deliver it. So yeah, you shouldn't just ask a woman, yo, how many niggas you done slept with? Yo, it's a way to get that.
Or I'll give
off.
you a great one that happened to me within 4 weeks. I didn't even say the shit. Hey, how you doing? We exchanged numbers. I ain't giving you no babies. Huh? What the fuck happened? Who did it? What? Huh?
Right off the rip?
Right off the rip. Block, delete. We don't need to talk no more, sweetie. We're good.
Yeah.
We're super good. We're good.
Yeah. Who said I want to have babies, baby?
We're good.
Yeah.
We're super good. Like but again, conversation is an art form. What we are doing right now, that's why people watch podcasts, because people have not mastered the art of conversation. Do not try this at home, people. This is not easy what we are doing. To be able to sit up and talk for an hour and have certain conversations and have certain topics and have it look like a conversation. You need to practice this at home. Before you go on a date, you need to talk to people and watch people talk and watch what cadence, watch what tone, watch what you say, how you say it. There are certain things that you can read. Great first date questions that you can go and look up and research. There's work to be done in anything that you love to do.
Yeah.
So if you really want to get out here and you want to find a quality man or a quality woman, then you should have quality questions that like if you want to know if they're financially responsible, you ain't necessarily going, what's your credit score? No. What is do you budget? Like how you feel about budgets, or how do you feel about money? Because a real quick one that we can get off the table real quick is whether I should pay all the bills or you should pay all the bills. Because if we come into it and we had that conversation already, like how do you feel? Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I know y'all hated him, but it was one question that I enjoyed when he said that. What bulk of the bills do you want to be responsible for as we age? That is a great question. Because I'm telling you, there are some women that will tell you, bro, I do not want to be the fucking sole breadwinner when we're 50 and 60 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be the one that got to pay all the bills.
Yeah.
I want a man that's able to contribute to a point to where and I don't think that's unreasonable.
Not
at all.
Not at all.
But again, if you never ask that question and you just, again, that leading with your wallet shit because the internet told you to, then now that's all you are. You a check, my nigga. So she's treating you like you are your check. So treating you like a check instead of you being a person and saying, look, these are my financial goals and aspirations. These are the things that I'm trying to do. This is where I see myself in a year. This is where I see myself in 5 years. This is where if I can get here financially, these are the things that I'm trying to do that I want to do, and actually being open and honest about those conversations. I don't mind what your credit score is if I know that you have aspirations of improving it. I don't give a fuck what job you have if I know that you have aspirations on improving it. Like if I can work with you, then I can work with you. The thing is, we don't even get into this to figure out if I can work with you or not.
Exactly.
We say, oh, that nigga broke. How would you know? Bro, it was one podcast, because I do watch other ones, that said some shit that was real. He was like, yeah, we know niggas all broke. Give me a rich nigga story then. Give me the rich nigga story. Give me him. Tell me about him. Tell me about the guy that you met that was rich and he did all this. Tell me him. Because you can tell me what a broke nigga do all day long. Obviously, you attract him. Tell me about the rich guy. Can we
That's a great.
Can we get into him?
That's a good counter punch. I can't front on that.
Yeah, it was good because again, like you're only attracting what you are, and if you don't like what you attract, change who you are.
What are some surface level questions that are not as deep? Just one layer. Like for me, it'll be like, is anybody stalking you? Is it somebody threatening to kill you and the nigga that you gonna end up with?
Great question.
Because he can't have you.
Great question.
Like, is that your situation?
Great question.
'Cause I don't want to die.
Yeah, great question. I'll keep it real. I judge on what you listen to.
Oh, word?
Yeah, I judge what you listen to for sure.
Hey, you know what? Music
and music tells a lot.
It could be telling. It could be telling.
A lot.
It could be telling.
So if I'm like, hey, what you listening to, and you Lil Killer Nuck Nuck, 3 times dead, that's my nigga. Like if you go into all of the, god damn, you ain't got an R&B ballad in your fucking play.
Not one.
You just kill these niggas. Smoke these niggas.
You don't have no love in your heart.
Smoke these for 8 hours, sweetie.
Yeah.
Shit. Goddamn minutes.
But you know what? I think dudes too, though. I think it's
no,
so
this
crazy.
goes both fucking ways.
Like yo, man, listen to some R&B, man. Relax your soul.
Yo, tough ass, you don't get the fuck out of here. We trying to listen to.
Relax your soul,
bro. If you don't go and get some R&B in your goddamn spirit,
please
get somebody singing a fucking ballad.
Burn a candle.
Shit.
Listen to some R&B. Relax.
God damn, nigga.
Put your gun down. But yeah,
like so that's what I mean. Like, dude, and then if you listen to because good music has messaging in it. Like, good music has messaging in it. So when people tell me certain artists that they can, I love Al Green.
I guess you could judge somebody by their playlist, yo.
Yeah, man. Oh man, I'm a huge Motown fan. I'm a huge this artist, that art. Certain artists just, there's no way that you can get the reaction that I get from that artist and us not have kindred spirit in some semblance. Like one of my favorite singers, period, but she's my favorite singer, female singer of all time, is Jasmine Sullivan. Mm-hmm. When you tell me you're a Jasmine Sullivan fan, you got me. You got me. Because that girl, all the hotels, I was listening to it. So, your guilty, kind of, you like the way they talk. I like the nigga bass in music. Yeah, I said it. I like the nigga bass in music.
Hey, I can't
love it.
No.
Listen. I bust the windows out your car.
Listen.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes, you did.
Listen.
I'm not gonna cry, Mary J. Blige. Sign me up.
Yo.
Like, I want. I love those ballads. Love them. Goddamn love them. I don't know why, but I fucking love them. I was your lover and your secretary. Yes. Yo. Yes, you were.
You know what, I'm going to name 2 songs that, when I first heard them, they was in heavy rotation. I don't want to mispronounce her first name. What's Big Sean's woman name?
Jhené Aiko.
Her song, The Worst.
Okay.
And I was getting ready for work one day, about 2 a.m. I was getting ready for work, and it came on, like, when MTV used to play videos or whatever. It came on, and I'm like, yo, who is this? It was the first time I ever heard of her. Mm-hmm. And she's singing, and I'm like, all right. First of all, the beat was fire. And I'm listening to what she's saying. I'm like, yo, she giving it to him. And it was fire. That one, and then she from London. Sister.
I know
Adele.
Adele.
Her name Adele. Thank you. So I thank you. Yo, yo. When them rotation.
I'm just saying.
I like when they get in a bag.
I'm just
The
saying.
song with currently, the song Slime You Out, Drake and SZA. Yo, when Drake go, yo, I'm gonna let SZA talk to y'all. And she started
Getting into it.
you acting up when that dick is barely third place.
I'm a fan.
That's bronze.
I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan. Some of it is hurtful, I admit. And sometimes I do want us to clap back.
Yo,
But
I
damn
rock
it,
with
they
it.
have mastered that. And when they
Yo.
get into that bag, that's what makes me a fan. Like, I'm a fan. And then, like, to get into the music, the emotion of it, all of that, yeah, like, that is surface level.
Yeah.
But if we can't have an intelligent music conversation, you probably just ain't the one for me. Like, I am judgy when it comes to that. I do, you know, I mean, I'm gonna ask your favorite food, favorite dish. If you were alone on a desert island, what do you need? What's your favorite color? Those things are psychological things that say things about you. Like, we can ask those questions, but they shouldn't be the only things that we ask. Is my biggest thing.
Yeah.
You got to dig deeper, and you have to be with people who are willing to let you in. Because also, them not being able to answer those questions or not wanting those questions are telltale signs too.
Now because you can always make adjustments on the fly. Should the questions be should the questions get deeper as the journey continues, gets further and further along, or we just gonna put this all on the table right off the rip?
I like to put it all on the table, and then what'll happen is the questions will evolve.
Okay.
Because I have 20-year and 30-year relationships and friendships that we still we still learning about each other. We still ask each other questions. Man, I didn't know that about you. I didn't know that about you. And then we get into it because you're gonna evolve, you're gonna change. And as you evolve and as you change, if you've already established a good baseline from a friendship standpoint, then you've already established that we can talk about these things. And now that we can talk about those things, we can take it somewhere and we can keep asking those questions. And now we're growing together and now we're evolving together. The problem is that when you never ask those questions, they say you grow apart. No, you never were together. You were just on the surface level shit. You were just on the surface level shit and you never got to know this person for real.
Yeah.
And now that you're getting to know this person, maybe some things you don't like, or maybe some things that are deal breakers that you didn't find out in the beginning. Whereas if you put it out there and you get deep from the jump, now you have the opportunity to grow with this person.
Got you.
And that's beautiful.
Got you. You got time for one more? You gotta get out. I know you said you got to.
I got one more now.
All right, one more. We'll keep it light. All right, so I saw this on it was a woman online saying how single woman, she don't like taking her sons to the barbershop. She said women don't belong in a barbershop.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah, male sanctuary. Yeah.
I think because and not these new barbershops. Again, man, I'm old school. I'm old school with certain things, dog.
Old school barbershop.
I used to love. I hate the times that are changing, man, because everything is just so different now. Like I said, I'm old school, dog. I'm used to walking in the barbershop. It's first come, first serve. Barbershop open up at the crack of dawn, 7 a.m. First come, first serve. And you got in there and you talked about everything under the sun, dog. Whether it was politics, whether it was women, whether it was entertainment, whether it was just anything you wanted to discuss. It was going down at the barbershop. So, yeah, I've been in the barbershop and seen women walk in and then the flavor of conversation has to change.
For sure.
As it should. So, I think the issue was with her post was the dude was like refusing to come get the son and take him to the barbershop. So, she had to do it. And her gripe was, women don't belong in a barbershop. I don't care what's going on between us. You should come and get the son, take him to the barbershop.
Facts.
I agree 1,000%.
Facts.
I agree 1,000%.
Facts. That is and really quick, nothing's gonna actually get your bond together with your son like that.
I'm trying to tell you.
Nothing's gonna get your bond together with your son like taking him to the barbershop, letting him experience it, letting him experience you around other men and see how y'all interact and react to each other.
They need that exposure.
Them seeing man, and this is deep. Your son seeing how men respect their father, top notch.
Yeah.
Cannot beat
That's
it.
Whew.
Cannot beat it.
That's a fact.
When somebody, bro, what's good, baby? What's good?
Yeah.
Well, you know the fuck your father is. Like, that's different.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna, that's different. You will never get that. And that's where that happens in the barbershop because it's so much love. It's so much, they know you. A lot of times they was raised with you.
Hey, I remember like the first time my son actually saw me interact with, I guess, another adult male. My homeboy, I ran into him. We was out somewhere. I ran into him. And we chopped it up for about 5-10 minutes. So, I'm using slang and terminology and we dapping, we giving it up.
Yeah.
And I remember getting in the car and my son was like, Dad, you kind of cool, huh? I said, why you say that? He was like,
I watched you.
Just how you was talking, like how you and your friend was talking. He was like, can I talk like that? I'm like, yeah, we wasn't saying that disrespect. We was just using lingo, you know? And he just kind of looked at me differently a little bit. And that was just off of interaction that I was having with my partner.
Neat.
And he was just like, all right. So he got a chance to see me outside of the father. He got to see me as just a man or something. I don't know.
As a man.
But
it's important.
It was just dope though. And when he said it to me, it made me feel, it put a little spark in me. Like, all right, my son, he thinks something about me. I ain't just his give it to me.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I just thought that barbershop, I agree with that. I agree with that, man, because I wouldn't want to take my daughter to the hair salon.
Nope. Now
I would if I have to.
Right. It's necessary.
But I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't be opposed as to the mom, like, yo, I'm gonna take my daughter I'm gonna come and get her. I'm gonna have at it.
There are certain things that are built for that.
Yeah.
And that's one of them. That is, especially in our community, in the Black community. Like, getting your haircut is an experience. It's not just a haircut.
1,000.
Me and my barber got a relationship.
Yeah.
All of my barbers, we have had relationships.
Yeah.
Like, we people.
Sometimes the barbers know the personal business.
They know all my personal. Yeah. Because, again, I don't deal with people whom, like, you got to be my man.
Yeah.
You my dude. No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? You my guy.
Right.
You feel me? Like, we gotta have that. Otherwise, because that's intimate. My hair, push my lining back. We gotta fight. Yeah. Like, we gotta get it. Yeah. We gotta get it. Yeah. You feel me? So, my barber cold with it. Shout out to Zell, man. Love you, boy. Yeah. But yeah, like, it gotta be that. Must be. Yeah.
All right. So on that note, we're gonna wrap this thing up, dog. Appreciate you. Love as always.
Always.
Until next time, Big Zo Podcast, we out.
Love.